She didn't bother explaining, knowing her friend wouldn't understand, and perhaps more importantly, Grace didn't want to sound ungrateful. She loved everything about her job on the farm and her life in Cambric Creek, loved her co-workers and friends, and wouldn't trade these long CSA nights in for anything, as they were proof that she was doing good work here. That didn't mean she wanted to socialize tonight. She didn't know why bars and clubs made her anxious, but each and every time felt like the very first day of school. Too crowded, too weighted with expectation, and she was horribly out of place. There always seemed to be half a dozen unspoken rules in pubs, rules she was expected to know immediately upon entering, despite the fact that they seemed to be different from establishment to establishment, rules that other people seemed to know instinctively. She'd never been one of the cool kids growing up, and she supposed it was far too late in life to become one now. Besides, she had been on for more than 12 hours at that point. Going home was the only thing on her agenda. What happened to, I'm going to start getting out more. I'm going to start being more adventurous. You act like you're 80. What do you need to rush home for? To have your bowl of mushed peas and tuck into bed after Wheel of Enticement? There was no use arguing with the dryad, a lesson Grace had learned well over the course of their friendship. Fine, she'd cried, throwing her hands up in defeat. I'll go. Happy now? We still need to break down these blackberries before we leave, so don't go disappearing. Kalea grinned in triumph, a smug, cat-that-got-the-cream expression on her pert face. Yeah, actually I am. This is supposed to be your summer of fun, remember? You said you wanted to be more adventurous, and I'm honor-bound as your friend to make sure that happens. Brogan is coming, so, let's see where the night takes us, shall we? She winked pointedly, and Grace felt heat move up the back of her neck at Kalea's words as she mentally recounted the previous afternoon. The big bull had been flirting with her since she'd started at the farm, and as she'd reciprocated the flirtation, things had steadily escalated to whispered comments and innuendo that would be likely grounds for termination at any business with an HR department. Fortunately for her employment, Cal's farm possessed no such thing, but they were beginning to toe a dangerous line.